Okay, so I had a lot of you guys ask me to record this so that you could come back and do this on your own. I know a lot of you are working right now and really wanted to see and participate in what I was doing to push for month end. So I'm going to show you kind of what this Power 2 Hour is going to look like, what we're going to go over, and then basically how this replay is going to work. If you're doing it with me live, obviously you'll do it with me live. But if you're watching the replay, basically how this is going to work is I'm going to, again, give you the overview, and then we're going to start our first task. I'm going to pause the recording. So you are going to want to pause the replay when you're watching this after that first task, complete that task, and then click play, hear the next task, pause, go do the task, come back, see the next one, go do it, come back. Make sense? So the very first thing that I want you to do that I just did is I'm going to give you guys like 5 or 10 minutes to kind of situate yourself and create a safe and exciting work environment for you to work in. So, for example, pick 1 to 2 things that are staring you in the face right now. So, if your dishes are staring at you, go do the dishes. If there's a pile of laundry on your couch, get rid of it. I knew that I was working downstairs during Oakland Snap today to participate in this. So the sink was full, and there were toys everywhere. And I just cannot work when it's a busy environment. I need it to be clean. And I also need a snack and some water. So I would suggest getting yourself another cup of coffee, get yourself some water, a snack, your lunch, whatever it is. And we're just going to sit here and hang out together and do these tasks. But first and foremost, create an environment that is going to promote a lot of work and not you feeling like you need to pick up the toys while you're sending your messages, right? Okay, so get that out of the way. And then this is kind of the flow of what we're going to do today. And what this is going to look like. So after you've created a good work environment for yourself, the very first thing that I'm going to go to is go to my last couple of posts on Instagram and for you on Facebook as well, and see the people who have liked and commented. So for example, yesterday my post, or 2 days ago, said something like, do you prefer coffee or tea? It was a really simple one. And I let people comment on it. And I purposely waited a couple days not to message them or to comment back. So now I'm going to go back through and like and comment back to them so that it bumps my feed. And then I'm also going to message them if they said coffee or if they said tea. And there's scripts in the team page on this as well. But I'm just going to say, hey, I saw your comment on my post. I know that you said you love coffee. I'm looking for people to swap their coffee with mine for 3 days. And then I list a little bit of the benefits. And I'm going to send you a completely free sample. All you're going to do is pay for shipping. And I've just been having people pay for shipping, or you can give them the pricing if you're not giving them out for free right now. Or you can bring up the BOGO as well. So that's what we're going to do there. And then massive BOGO follow-up. So I'm going to ask you to break out your potentials list for your PLCs. And we're going to go through and we're going to send messages together while we listen to music or a podcast or whatever. And then we're going to go live. I'm going to challenge every single one of us to go live on our feeds and talk about the $39 kits if you purchased your Conference Plus Pass. And then after we go live, we're going to grow our network or unfollow, whichever one you're on. And then we're going to message your loyal customers, if you haven't already, about becoming distributors. And then I'm going to challenge you to reach out to one person you're really nervous to reach out about this business to become a distributor. And then we're going to watch a training video together, or we might do that while we're doing some of these tasks. So first things first is I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to get yourselves ready and clean up your environment really quickly. And then we'll get started with our first task. Okay, if you are just hopping on or if you are in this next part of the replay, I just started the training video from today's push. I'm going to have this on in the background while I am working. So the very first thing that I am going to be working on is messaging the people who have either liked or commented on my last couple posts the last couple days. So you're gonna, obviously, if you post multiple times a day, have quite a few to go through. So this should take a second. But we are going to message them. So if you posted about the opportunity, you're simply going to screenshot your post, message them saying, "Hey girl, I saw that you liked my post. Were you just being nice or are you interested in what I do?" And you're going to send the photo, the screenshot of your post, okay? Same thing if it's a product. If you posted about the keto coffee or the BOGO, you're going to say, "Hey, I saw that you liked my post. Were you just being nice? Or were you interested in the keto coffee," or whatever it is. If they say they're just being nice, say, "Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. One last thing, my team is doing a $120 cash prize giveaway this month. And all you have to do is post this on your wall or post this on your story, whichever platform you're talking them to on, and to be entered, and then send them the HAP. And I can put these scripts in the comments if you guys want to, but essentially that's what I'm going to be doing. Super simple. Just screenshot it to them and just go back through the last couple days. And I usually do this to people who I haven't talked to about the opportunity or the product before. So if we already have like a conversation going, I'm not going to like randomly message them about the post that they liked. But if they've been a PDT or a PLC and I see that they liked my post, I would go in and say, "Hey, I saw that you liked my photo. Is now a better time to maybe get some information on this, or not?" You know what I mean? And if they say no, then they say no and whatever and move on. But don't reply to messages right now. We are focusing on messaging the people who liked our last couple posts. The replies can wait till later. We'll do that together. Okay? So, okay, hopefully that gave you enough time to finish that task. So next what I'm going to be doing is going through all of my potential lists. So I literally pulled out my binder, all of my binders from like hecka years ago, okay? And I'm going to be going through all of my potentials. Here's something I'll tell you. And Lindsay, you haven't been in as long as these other two, but this will still apply to you. But especially for Destiny and Abby, what you're going to find is the more, let me think about how I want to say this. I'm losing my train of thought. Shoot, you guys, what was I just about to say? I was going to talk about massive BOGO follow-up. Dang it. Okay, I'll think of it. And I'll remind you. What was I about to say? That's literally the worst. Oh my god. Okay, I'll think of it. BOGO follow-up for now. And I'm going to go through like my text message. I remembered. Okay. So I'm going to go through my text messages and all that kind of stuff. And I have obviously like binders with all of my potential lists or whatever. But the longer that you're in this, obviously, if you're shooting for 10 to 20 potentials a day, which 20 is my goal every day, that's a lot of freaking potentials over time, right? And I've been in this almost 3 years. So if you think about 20 a day times 3 years, that's a lot of potentials. So that's a great thing, but obviously there's a lot of follow-up that comes with that and a lot of organization. So what I want you to remember is that it doesn't all need to be done in one sitting. And you want to make sure that you're still getting your new messages out. So although we're going to be doing a lot of follow-up on this working Zoom in particular, just know that you should still be getting your regular 6 list done. outside of this. But point being is don't stress yourself out, because when I look at like all of my potentials, I'm like, oh my God, how am I ever going to get through all of these people? And you know what? Sometimes I don't. But the best part about this is we have so much time to use these codes, which is amazing. And the BOGO is for 3 days. So you bet your behind for the next 3 days, I'm breaking up all of my potentials for potential loyal customers and getting through as many as I possibly can. So just focus every single day on doing your best. But that was pretty much all I was going to say. I'm so glad I remembered that. Totally irrelevant and not as like cool as it was led up to be. So let's just do some follow up. So let's go live and then we will come back to the training. Okay, y'all, hopefully that gave you enough time to go live. I need to turn my iMessage back on. Okay. Little tip when you're doing follow up is to turn your iMessage off, because you can get blocked. So just keep that in mind. I always turn mine off before I start following up. And then I do my messages and then I turn it back on. So if you've sent me screenshots or sent me a text and I don't reply, I'm not ignoring you. I probably didn't get it unless you sent it as a text message. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we are going to grow our network and or unfollow. So she said, you guys, in this video is about a year old. So take what she's saying about the unfollowing sort of with a grain of salt, just because some things have changed with Instagram and they're really hounding down on third-party apps. So it kind of freaks me out to like suggest that. I unfollow every other day. So I am constantly doing it, but I have a whole video on how to try and avoid being blocked on that. I need to learn more about the algorithm. I'm not perfect. I do not know everything. But since Instagram has kind of been my main source for the last year, I've been having to learn some of it. So having said all that, let's get back to the training video, and we are going to grow our network. And Sierra, if you sent me screenshots. Okay, hopefully that gave you enough time to do that. So what we are going to do next, except for you, Sierra, I'll text you personally for your next task. But for everyone else, if you have not already, or if there are any customers, I don't care if they signed yesterday, that you haven't offered the opportunity to, now is the time to do that. So you're just going to send them a quick message saying, hey, I just wanted to reach out. Maybe they don't even order products from you anymore, and just say something along the lines of, you know, we're having a huge bonus right now that's going on. There's a lot of deals going on right now in the company. I just wanted to see if you would by chance be interested in hearing more about what I do and getting these products that you love for free. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to message your customers about becoming distributors. Okay, the next thing after you ask your loyal customers to become distributors is I want you to ask one person that you've been really afraid to reach out to about the opportunity. All right, y'all. That concludes our power hour. I'm going to be doing more follow-up and stuff in a little bit, but I'm going to go finish my house goals and then get back to work.